Are you stressed about your ADHD child? Or constantly arguing with a defiant teen? Does your child need help to fly under the bully's radar? Or are you tired of side effects from medication and looking for an alternative? Well, the StressLess series has the same easy-to-use online parenting tools I use to get quick results with these and many other issues for my clients. As a child adolescent expert, I am making these tools available to you at a fraction of the cost. Find relief today at StressLessSeries.com.
All right, this morning, are you waking up with a headache that your kids are causing? Children, whether they're 5 or 15, well, they can be difficult at times and they can pitch you against your partner. So how do you deal with that and make the peace around the house? And here with us this morning is Jim West. He is a licensed counselor and child expert with Total Life Counseling. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Good to be here, Amy.
Let's talk first about how a parent is able to know whether their child being difficult is just normal. This is like a normal process that every child goes through, or is there an underlying issue? Is there something else going on there?
You know, sometimes these children that are difficult, they have a strong will. Mm-hmm. And that's a good thing when you get it going in the right direction. So learning how to, it's like being a good sailor. A good parent is like a good sailor that can sail into a headwind and still get that boat to go where it needs to go. And if you can get that child, that strong will, going in the right direction, it's a good thing. So sometimes these difficult children are going to be strong leaders one day, mm-hmm. but sometimes we butt heads because we don't validate their feelings or empathize with them.
Let's talk about, these kids who are constantly against you, no matter what, okay, we're going to go brush your teeth. No, it's just that constant battle is always going on in the house. I mean, is that normal?
I don't think that's not necessarily normal. I think most kids don't really want to brush their teeth initially. They don't want to go to the bathroom. Some kids don't want to stop to play. They don't want to stop playing to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So they can fight you on different things. So getting them into healthy hygiene patterns is difficult, I think, for most parents.
Well, how do you get them to work with you instead of against you? What are ways that parents can actually get the child to think, oh, this is a good idea and not necessarily something I want to go against?
Well, it's important that the parents are on the same page. If the parents are on the same page, then that difficult child won't get what they want from the passive parent. Mm. So getting the parents on the same page is important. Then having a routine and a structure. If you fudge their bedtime, if you say, oh, you can stay up 5 minutes later, and you don't let that happen the next day, they're going to get really angry. So it's important to have really good structure. There's also the 4 T's.
Right.
There's triggers. Mm-hmm. We want to be careful about saying no before we validate their feelings. When they want to do something, can I stay up a little later? No, it's your bedtime. Well, they're going to get that temporary insanity. That's another T.
Right.
Watch the temporary, when they get temporarily insane, they're going to try to pull you into what they're doing. And in a court of law, a judge will not sentence someone when they're temporarily insane. They'll send them to a psych ward to get evaluated.
Right.
When they're deemed competent, then they bring them back and then they nail their butt to the wall.
Right.
So we got to watch the temporary insanity. We need to watch our tone.
Okay.
We need to talk quietly to them. We need to lower our voices when they're angry, because if they see you raise your voice, they feel they've won emotionally. And then be careful not to make threats. If you make a threat, the one with the most energy wins. Mm. I remember a parent in a restaurant who told me, she said, we had a really rough weekend at the restaurant. My son cussed at me across the table, and I said, if you say that one more time, I'm going to slap you. And I knew exactly what he did, because she could not make him not cuss.
Right,
so you got to be careful not to say things you can't control. So that's important.
And when it comes to discipline, what do you suggest as far as discipline for when they do calm down? Because I think that's another thing that a lot of parents struggle with. Right. How do I discipline them once they are calm?
Sure. Well, actually, that's a good base. Last week we talked about the APC plan. Right. So when they actually break trust with you, after they calm down, that is the time to give them a consequence, not when they're angry. So that's when they need to relationship, apologize, and do something to make it up to you. So do a chore for you, and let them resume their privileges at that time.
All right, Jim West from Total Life Counseling.
Sure.
Thanks so much for being here this morning. As
Thank
always,
you, Amy.
It's excellent advice.
I appreciate it.
Welcome back to Good Day. I'm Amy Kaufeld. Straight ahead, we are getting you parenting tips on how to discipline Without all those negative effects, we're going to chat live with mentor and life coach Jim West.
This morning, are you having problems at home, whether it's your kids yelling at you or maybe you're yelling at them? You may need to work on building trust and respect to repair those relationships. Here with us right now is Jim West, licensed counselor and child expert with Total Life Counseling Center. Jim, good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning, Heidi. It's good to be here.
Well, we were talking as ladies the other day and we were thinking, this parenting thing is not as easy as you think. The timeout chair gets used way too often, I know, at my house, and there's sometimes yelling, I hate to admit it, on both sides. So
Right.
I'm guessing this is a problem that a lot of moms and dads have at home dealing with their kids.
Absolutely, absolutely. Misery loves company. So when the kids don't get what they want, they're going to try to pull you into their misery. They don't want to be mad by themselves. So we need to validate their feelings rather than jump in with them. Just agree with how they feel. I can see you're frustrated, and they'll go, yes, I am. And I can see why you're frustrated, because it's time to go to bed and you want to keep watching TV. And they'll be like, yeah, I hate bedtime, or I like my program. And so we just validate, we empathize with them and calm them down. And then if they break our trust, if they're disrespectful or they do something wrong, we need to offer opportunities for them to rebuild the relationship. And just saying sorry doesn't cut it, because sorry means I feel for you. And so they need to apologize, admit what they did, and offer a way to make it up to us.
So they can understand what they did. Because I think sometimes I'll tell my kids to go say sorry to their brother or sister or whatever, and they'll be like, sorry.
Right.
And I'm like, that doesn't count. Say it in your nice voice, you know. So you've got to go beyond the sorry and say why you're sorry and
Absolutely.
how you're going to fix it.
Going beyond just sorry, saying sorry, if you just use the definition of sorry and say, I feel for you, it just doesn't,
good.
Right, it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So they need to apologize and say what they did. They need to empathize. They need to also ask for forgiveness is important too. And then have whoever was hurt to say how they felt. A lot of times boys have a hard time expressing their feelings. So have them say, I was mad when you did that to me, or I was hurt, but I forgive you. And then they need to rebuild the relationship. They need a plan. So we have the APC plan. A stands for apologize. P stands for put back trust.
Okay.
How can we put that trust back? And so if they say something mean, they say 4 affirmations. You're kind, you're creative, you're smart, you're intelligent. If they do something mean, have them do a chore for whoever they'd hurt. If it was the mom, have them do a chore for them. Have them do something so that they go beyond just apologizing. And then if they refuse to do it, you say, well, when you do, you can resume your privileges. So they can have a timeout until they decide to cool down. But once they cool down, they need to repair the relationship.
That's an interesting idea, because they always say that you love the ones you serve, and that by doing that little piece of service that you might appreciate them a little more.
Absolutely.
I like that. So does the same thing go for parents then? If you use your mean mom voice, do you have to do the same things back to your children?
Absolutely. That's a great, thank you for saying that, Heidi. Yes, if you break trust with them, research, I think it was Stanford or Princeton, found out that 89% of how we learn is by what we see. So if they see you resolving conflict the way you want them to do it, then they're going to learn it. But if you just say it but you don't do it, there's only 10% learning. So yes, it's nice to have the parents to say, I'm going to take a timeout. I even have teachers in schools say, I'm going to take a timeout, because timeout shouldn't be a punishment. It's really a time for us to collect our thoughts, because when we're mad, we're temporarily insane. And we do and say things that we don't really mean,
These rules that you're talking about, do they work for all ages of kids? Because these seem to work maybe for my kids. Would they work for maybe older teenagers?
It works for teenagers, and I even do it with my wife. If I shrink anything else in the laundry again, I have to apologize and replace it and buy her a Coach purse.
That is a good husband. I like that trade. I like that trade.
Right. So, yes, we can do it with adults and kids alike, as well in our workplace.
Awesome. Great advice, Jim. Thank you for coming in this morning. If you want more of his great advice, you can head on over to myfoxorlando.com. He's got positive parenting tips, also videos on YouTube. All of it, again, linked at myfoxorlando.com. Amy and Jackie, over to you.
Love it. When you're mad, you're temporarily insane. It's true. That's good. It's true.
Are you looking to find peace in your family or have a child that is struggling? Are you having problems communicating with your teen? Do you need help with your marriage, or are you looking for premarital counseling? Are you feeling sad, lonely, hopeless, suffering from insomnia or poor appetite?
Hello, I'm Jim West with Total Life Counseling Center. We are passionate about the journey we take with our students and families. It is our first priority to connect early in the relationship through various methods to strengthen the bond with the individual. Our Total Life approach achieves quicker results than traditional techniques. We accelerate healing by gaining trust and earning influence early in the relationship through neutral environments, games, recreation, and common activities to connect with the individual.
Total Life Approach incorporates experiential learning through our leadership day camps, summer camps, and equine facilitated programs. Studies have shown experiential learning is impactful and accelerates change. The best results are achieved by students and their family adjusting and moving towards greater independence using these methods rather than traditional therapy alone. Additionally, an integral part of the Total Life Approach incorporates wellness. Through our initial consultation, we can determine your nutritional needs and address how your diet may directly impact your overall well-being. Our clients experience relief from their symptoms through dietary adjustments and supplements, often without the use of medication. We are conveniently located in multiple locations throughout Florida and have a complete staff of counselors to meet the various needs of all our clients. Call us now to become a part of the Total Life family.
We at Total Life are excited about the opportunity to help you achieve success and reach your goals. See you soon. Are you struggling with a defiant child or teenager? Tired of feeling out of control in your own home? Well, you can take control now with this StressLess with Defiance program. One of the most popular tools in this program is what I call subcontracting. This is an amazing tool as siblings have their allowance put in a jar at the beginning of the week and have a set time to complete the chore. If it's not done, they can use their allowance to pay or subcontract a sibling or parent to complete their chore. Parents love this plan as they do not have to monitor the kids to do their chores, as they will do their chores themselves so they do not have to pay their siblings. Another really popular tool is the VEC plan. A common complaint I get from teenagers is, "My parents don't listen to me." Well, you can use this three-step process to hear their concerns and diffuse your angry, defiant teen and get them to do what you need them to do. Are you sick of hearing sorry? Sorry means I feel for you, and I'm pretty sure your oppositional child is not feeling for you. As a result, you do not trust your oppositional student, and trust is the glue in healthy relationships. This program will teach you how to repair the trust with more than just an apology. You will learn the three-step AMC plan, which will enable you to repair the trust quickly. These are just a few examples of the many tools included in the StressLess with Defiance program. The workbook includes these tools and charts for various ages. There are so many easy-to-use, proven, and effective tools. So download this program now to receive help today.